Hi friends, I'm Steve. I'm here today at Hillside Memorial Park in Culver City, California, and that's the entrance sign there in the distance. So who else is a film buff besides me? I'm definitely an Oscar geek, and since the Oscars are coming up and I happen to be here in a cemetery where quite a few Oscar nominees and winners and other people involved with the Oscars are laid to rest, I thought I'd see how many I could find here today. And I just discovered that two of them have niches almost right next to each other. Thanks for joining me on another trip to visit the most memorable cemeteries, memorials, and gravesites. According to her Wikipedia page, in 1973, producer Julia Phillips was the first female producer to win an Academy Award for Best Picture. The film was The Sting. She also produced the Academy Award-winning movies Taxi Driver and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And she wrote the best-selling Hollywood memoir, You'll Never Eat Lunch in This Town Again. Phillips died in West Hollywood, California at the young age of 57 on January 1st, 2002. Her ashes are interred here in the Acacia Gardens Mausoleum on Wall SS. And her epitaph reads, Her legend lives on. And she's just down the corridor from Army Archerd. His niche is located on Wall QQ. Archerd was a show business journalist and columnist for Variety magazine for more than 50 years. He also greeted and interviewed all of the stars as they walked the red carpet on Oscar night for nearly 50 years. Archerd died from lung cancer at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center in Westwood at the age of 87 on September 8, 2009. And his epitaph reads, Good morning, Variety star for 55 years, our star forever. On the other side of the lawn in the main mausoleum is the niche of writer, producer, and director Valentine Davies. He's just inside the doors in the Columbarium of Hope, which is located in the first corridor to the left. You pass Jack Benny's crypt on the right to get here. Davies wrote the original story for the 1947 Christmas classic Miracle on 34th Street, and he won the Academy Award for Best Story for the film. In 1955, he also received a Best Original Screenplay Academy Award nomination for the Benny Goodman story. Sadly, Davies died at the young age of 55 on July 23, 1961, and I wasn't able to find a cause of death listed anywhere. But I'm happy to see from the flowers that it does look like he has been remembered. Just outside the doors to the east, in the Courts of the Book outer lawn, is the gravesite of songwriter Paul Francis Webster. He was nominated 16 times for Best Song Academy Awards and won 3 times. In 1953, he received the Oscar for the song Secret Love from the movie Calamity Jane. This is probably my favorite Doris Day song. In 1955, he won the Oscar for the song Love is a Many Splendored Thing from the movie of the same name. And in 1965, he took home the Oscar for The Shadow of Your Smile from the movie The Sandpipers. He was also inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1972. Webster died at the age of 76 in Beverly Hills, California on March 22, 1984, and again, I wasn't able to find a cause of death. And it's interesting to see that either he or his family decided not to go with any dates on his gravesite. Producer and director Gilbert Cates directed a couple of movies that were nominated for Academy Awards, including the film I Never Sang for My Father, but I remember him best for being the producer of 14 of the Academy Award shows. He died from a heart attack at the age of 77 in Los Angeles on October 31st, 2011. He came from a show business family, and he's the uncle of actress Phoebe Cates. And I think he has one of the best epitaphs here in the cemetery. Onward and Upward. This is the Garden of Rachel section at the top of the hill near the back gates. And there's another Oscar winner in this same section, just a few rows away. Stan Winston was a special effects creator who won 4 Academy Awards for makeup and special effects. He took home the Best Visual Effects Oscar in 1987 for the movie Aliens, in 1994 for the movie Jurassic Park, and twice in 1992 for the movie Terminator 2: Judgment Day. He died from multiple myeloma in Malibu, California at the age of 62 on June 15, 2008. And as you can see, his gravesite is here right next to the block wall and this tree, making it very easy to find. And his epitaph reads, "Our Shining Light." The next Oscar winner laid to rest here in the cemetery is one of the biggest names in Hollywood history. And her gravesite is located back where I started, just inside the front gates, up on the hill in front of the main mausoleum on the south side. During her 60-year career, actress Shelley Winters appeared in more than 150 movies and TV shows. She received 4 Academy Award nominations and won the Oscar twice, once in 1959 for The Diary of Anne Frank, and again in 1965 for A Patch of Blue. Winters died in Beverly Hills, California from heart failure on January 14, 2006 at the age of 85. Unfortunately, not all actors have the talent or good fortune to become famous or to earn an Academy Award. Sadly, too many in show business become famous for other reasons. Peg Entwistle was an actress who became famous for taking her own life by jumping from the H in the Hollywood sign on September 16, 1932. She was only 24 years old, but she certainly made a name for herself, and we're all still talking about her today. She's laid to rest at Oak Hill Cemetery in Glendale, Ohio, and this photo was sent to me by subscriber Christina Gilpin, who recently visited her grave. And this week I'd like to thank my newest Patreon supporters, Jonathan Harper and Anna Cortez. I'd also like to thank my existing Patreon supporters who recently increased their pledges, Eric Watkins, Joan Aguayo, and Miles High. Thank you all so much for your generosity. It really does help to make these trips possible. If you enjoyed today's show, you might also like these. And I think I have over 200 shows now on my channel, so just use the search bar on my channel to see who I've already visited. So until our next trip together to the graveyard, thanks for sharing the memories, everyone.